Good morning, students. I myself Divakar Pandey from KUNTI Modern English School, NAWADA, and welcome to you in your e-learning class. Today, I am going to provide you my first video lecture in subject history, and the lesson is 7th. And the topic is new questions and ideas. In this chapter, we have to study which type of new questions and ideas have been given. So now let us start the chapter. First of all, when we study this chapter, when we begin this chapter, we find this chapter has been started from a short story, and this short story belongs to a girl child like all of you, and whose name is Anga. Anga is like a student of class 6 like all of you. So Anga is a student of class 6 like all of you. Now let us study the chapter. Anga's a school trip. Today it is very surprising day for Anga because it was the first time when Anga was going on a school trip. So she and her schoolmates boarded the train from Pune, and Pune is located in Maharashtra. When late at night, to go all the way to Varanasi, which is located in Uttar Pradesh, her mother, it means Anga's mother, has come to see her off at the station, and she tells her teacher to tell the children about the Lord Buddha and take them to see Sarnath as well. So now in this chapter we are going to study about the story of Lord Buddha. Who was Lord Buddha? Do you know? Siddharth. It means Siddharth was the childhood name of Lord Buddha. So Siddharth, also known as Gautam. It means Gautam Buddha was the full name of Lord Buddha, and Siddhartha was the name of his childhood. Gautam Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. So who was the founder of Buddhism? Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha was the founder of Buddhism, and he was born about 2500 years ago. So when he was born about 2500 years ago. This was that time, it means that was the time of the period when it was rapid change. It means it was the time of rapidly changing in the lives of people. It means the life of people was changing very rapidly in that time when Lord Buddha was born. As we study in the chapter 6, we have already known some kings in the Mahajanpads were growing more powerful and new cities were developing. So like this, and life was changing in the village as well. That can be seen on chapter 10. Many thinkers were trying to understand these changes in society at that time. So they also wanted to try and find out the true meaning of life, that what is the real meaning of life. Now, the person about which I am going to talk you, whose name was Lord Buddha, he belonged to a small Gana. It means Gautam Buddha belonged to a small Gana which was known as the Sakya Gana. It means to which Gana Lord Buddha belonged? Lord Buddha belonged to Sakya Gana, and he was a Kshatriya. When he was a young man, he left the comforts of his home in search of knowledge. He sacrificed all the comforts of his life while in search of knowledge. He wandered for several years, meeting and holding discussions with other thinkers also. And finally, then he decided to find his own path to realization and meditated for days. It means for long days on end under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya. It means finally he achieved his real knowledge, internal knowledge under a peepal tree, and this peepal tree is located at Bodh Gaya. Do you know where is Bodh Gaya located? Bodh Gaya is located in Bihar, where he attained enlightenment. It means enlightenment. Enlightenment, it means internal knowledge. All the persons who are intellectual and whatever they achieved, these achievements are called enlightenment. After that, he was known as the Buddha. So when Siddhartha was known as Lord Buddha, after the attending enlightenment under the Bodh tree in Bihar. So like this, after the enlightenment, he was called or he was known as Buddha. And do you know what is the meaning of Buddha? Buddha means a wise person. He then went to Sarnath near Varanasi. Sarnath is located near Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, where he taught for the first time his disciples, and then he spent the rest of his life traveling on foot, going from one place to another place, teaching people till he passed away at Kusinara. It means till the whole life, it means in his whole life, till he passed away at Kusinara, he always traveled on foot and went to place to preach his knowledge. So like this, when we study in the next point, the Buddha taught that life is full of suffering and unhappiness. It was the first teaching of Lord Buddha. Then when he taught people about life, that life is full of suffering and unhappiness. This is caused because we have cravings and desires which often cannot be fulfilled. Sometimes even if we get what we want, we are not satisfied, and always it happens in our life, and want even more or want other things. So we can say our life is full of suffering and unhappiness. The Buddha described this as thirst or tanha. It means tanha. He told his disciples that life is a thirst, and so it is called tanha. He also taught his disciples that this constant craving could be removed by following moderation in everything. Which type of moderation? It means meditation. He also taught people to be kind and to respect the lives of other creatures, other peoples, including animals, persons also. He believed that the results of our actions, that is also called karma, whether good or bad. So if our karma is good, it might resulted good, and if our karma will be bad, it might have resulted, it means it may result us in bad. So whether good or bad affect us both in this life and the next. The Buddha taught in the language of the ordinary people. It means whatever he placed his knowledge, he always placed in ordinary people's language, that is also called Prakrit. Because in that time Prakrit was the ordinary language that was spoken by people in general way. Why? Because everybody could understand his message. So in next video I will discuss about other things. Thank you. Have a nice day.